Machines already. He had trouble on parade, but he switched to another bike, and he goes from gate 1 in heat 1. His team are not really in the running, but they did much better last night than they had done at Armadale on Friday. Gate 2, it's Robert Ericsson, who has a shoulder injury, but he's trying to carry on and ride today. Gate 3, it's Glasgow's new signing, Les Collins. Gate 4, it's James Greaves for Edinburgh. And it's Ericsson and Greaves who've hit the first corner ahead. And Ericsson leads down the back straight. The big Swede pulled out of the Berwick meeting with shoulder problems. But he said it was really the big track that was causing the trouble, and he looks okay at the moment. Newcastle had a disastrous night at Berwick last night. 12 points just. But Robert seems to be pulling clear. James Greaves is under attack from Les Collins. And Les has been passing people both matches so far, looking in tremendous form. I think James knows he can't afford to leave any room, or Les will be through. Coming to the final corner, Robert Ericsson's done a good job. Greaves gets the second, Collins third. Alan Morgans was a fair bit back, but Newcastle fans will be absolutely delighted that Ericsson seems to be fit today. Heat number 2, it's Jesper Olsen on the inside gate, and he'll be trying to beat Robert Ericsson's track record, because that's what Robert set up in the previous race. 60.1 is a new track record here. Robert held it at the beginning of the season as well. In gate 2, it's Emiliano Sanchez for Glasgow. Gate 3 is Peter Carr for Edinburgh. Gate 4, Tom P. Madsen for Berwick, who crashed at Armadale on Friday but was fit to ride last night. And I think Peter Carr jumped into the tapes there. I don't know if that means he'll be excluded.
As you can always tell, the newcomers to the sport, you come along to this part of the area here, you will find the exclusion right, red, blue, white, and yellow, and whatever one referee lights up.
Paul Blair Scott replaces Peter Carr. Not a good start for Peter. He only scored 1 last time he was here, so he hasn't done a lot round this track yet. Blair Scott in gate 3, Olsen, Sanchez and Madsen the other 3. And Olsen's away well, so Scott from gate 2. Sanchez though surging inside there, and Scott's lost position badly around that first turn after a decent start. So Olsen leads from Sanchez, Madsen in third. Jesper Olsen's a real flyer here. I think he scored a maximum when Newcastle were here in the Premier National Trophy at the beginning of the season. You can see how well Sanchez rides the place as well. Crouching style, really quick. So a very good win for Jesper, and that's Newcastle with 2 victories already. They started well at Armadale, they did badly at Berwick, but they're back in the running now for sure. Well, Heat 3 will feature Will Beveridge coming from gate 1 for Glasgow, Scott Lamb gate 2 for Berwick. Gate 3 is Paul Gould for Newcastle. Gate 4, Stuart MacDonald, who's come in to replace Kevin Little, who has a hand injury, a wrist injury, though not a break apparently. Kevin not fit for today's 2 meetings, which certainly makes life a bit harder for Edinburgh. And Paul Gould was away well, but Scott Lamb's nipped past him round the first turn. Gould gets into second, so Newcastle will be quite happy if he can finish there. Paul was out of touch at Berwick last night. We're getting a bit of rain now. Both Scott and MacDonald for Edinburgh have made reasonable starts off the outside, but it's a bit awkward to know what to do at the first bend when you come from gate 4. Will Beveridge chasing hard on Paul Gould, and he could get inside him here. He's alongside Gould, but Gould comes back into second. Real tussle for second. These two have had many battles. Gould usually in Edinburgh colours, and he could finish up in second here, I think, as Will goes for the outside and doesn't really make anything of it. So Paul Gould gets that second, and Newcastle are now on 8. Very good start for them, and it's getting rather unpleasantly wet up here. Part of the stadium, hopefully the view's still okay. From the inside, it's David Walsh, Mick Powell, Ross Brady and David Meldrum. And it's Powell and Brady who've made the start. And Brady's down already. Edinburgh have made a totally disastrous start to this meeting, and they don't want any more injuries. Ross doesn't look too happy there. Heat 4 again then, no Ross Brady. Edinburgh was just 2 points after 4 races. They led coming into the meeting, but they're going to have to fight if they're going to be one of the 2 automatic qualifiers for Peterborough. What's the hold up? David Walsh preparing his grid. Mick Powell's not coming in. And it's David Walsh, in fact, who's got to the corner ahead. And Meldrum and Powell contesting second. Mick Powell's come through now. The old electric starting of David Walsh. Mick Powell is the man who knows this track best, or rides it best. But David's not going to leave too many gaps, I don't think. It's hard to believe Berwick, Newcastle only scored 12 last night at Berwick. David wins this, he'll have 11 already after 4 races. He is under pressure from Mick Powell as they come into the last lap. And he hangs on to win. Well done to David Walsh. Newcastle have 11, and they're really making inroads into the gap that developed last night.
Second running, he was magnificent. He takes the 3 points ahead of Nick Powell. David Meldrum unable to lift him with it. Daryl Keats wants gate 2, and I think he's going to win. No, we're going to draw it here.
Well, this is the reserve race coming up here if the riders ever get into the start. We've got Blair Scott coming from gate 1, Daryl Keats on gate 2, Sean Courtney will be in gate 3, and the Berwick reserve Klaus Christensen on gate 4, and he's won most of the reserve races at the 2 rounds so far. There's 2 at each staging. Oh well, it's all change. Sean Courtney then, Klaus Christensen, Daryl Keats, Blair Scott is how it's eventually lining up. And it's getting wetter again. And it's Christensen who's gone ahead. Keats round the outside. Scott's come through into third. Now Courtney's forced his way back past him. Christensen really very classy. There's Scott having a double round the outside. Good effort to get into third. Pretty muddy out there. Blair's doing quite well. Christensen well clear. Keats cut to the inside there. That might not be a wise move. Courtney's back challenging Scott again. Scott goes for that outside line once more, but this time Courtney gets through into third and Scott gets nothing for his efforts round the outside. There we go. Scott Lamb's on the inside gate here. Ross Brady in gate 2 mended after his tumble. Gate 3 it's Jesper Olsen. Gate 4 it's Les Collins.
And gate 4 for the Tigers, towards still Mr. Les Collins. Number 5.
Lamb to the turn. Olsen chasing round the outside very impressively. Oh, brilliant riding by Jesper there. He's into the dirt on the outside, but he hasn't actually got past yet. Now he has. Really good. Ross Brady's in third at the moment. Slithering about a bit. And I think Les's machine has given up the ghost at the back. He's just about still going. Well, Jesper's away and he really is tremendous on this track. Well clear as they hit the last lap. Finished up a bit of a procession, but another good one for Newcastle, who are having a tremendous afternoon so far.
Well, unfortunately, suffering one or two mechanical derailments early on, but he managed to put right with high speed. So that it was a man who won again.
Heat 6, we've changed camera position again. And we've got Emiliano Sanchez on gate 1 this time. Gate 2 is David Meldrum. Gate 3 is Stuart MacDonald. Gate 4 is Robert Eriksson, who's quick enough to maybe make a good start off there. Most people on gate 4 have been struggling. Already now, after the starting gate has been repaired. And it's MacDonald and Sanchez coming to the front. The Argentinian goes ahead for Glasgow. MacDonald way around the outside there. Robert Eriksson not looking so happy this time, and I wonder if his shoulder's bothering him. Sanchez well clear. Tigers needing points, he's going to get 3 of them. Stuart MacDonald getting Edinburgh into a better position, which they certainly need. Sanchez really impressive there, a big 3 points for the Tigers. Heat 7, Peter Carr, Alan Mogridge. Who's in gate 3? I can't see him. David Walsh for Newcastle. Gate 4, it's Will Beveridge. And it's Walsh working his way through. Crash at the back. Beveridge and Mogridge came down. I think it was Will who went first. Well, Will Beveridge excluded from the rerun of Heat 7. It's Carr, Mogridge and Walsh. I'm not sure what bike Mogridge is on now, but he's had a variety of machines already in this meeting, and it's only the start of his second ride. He was riding Scott Lamb's bike. I think he's changed again. Walsh and Carr to the turn. Carr didn't ride such a good first turn as he did previously, but he's come flying through now. Walsh coming back though. Walsh back ahead again. It's getting a bit slippery, I think. Carr once more powers through on the inside, and that line seems to be working quite nicely, although it certainly is slippery. Well, the Monarchs will be delighted to see their man doing so well here. Certainly need a bit of encouragement, and seeing Peter Carr ride like that will give them just that. Into his last lap. Oh no, that's the end, I beg your pardon. So good 3 points for Peter Carr there from the back. Very good in these conditions.
Over the first couple of laps before Peter managed to get to this. Great ride today, and on he was there. Victor over the Greaves and...
Eight then, from the inside it's Madsen, Greaves, Powell and Paul Gould. Sounds like a good one, if they can all stay dry. And it's Madsen from gate 1 who's made the best start. Gould round the outside. And Mick Powell's come into third. Greaves at the back. Well, Paul Gould will pull off a surprise if he wins this one. Greaves has got into third, but the two up front are virtually team riding. Gould and Madsen. Greaves setting out after them. He's up alongside Madsen here. Greaves has got into second. He's onto the slippery bit. Into the last lap, a thrilling chase by James Greaves. Paul Gould's riding very steadily out in front. I don't know how James can see where he's going. He's swinging for the outside now. What can he do from there? He's got past. What a ride by James Greaves in the wet. That was absolutely terrific. Well, it's so muddy there. Look at the front of him. How can he possibly see what he's doing? He's come from last to first. What a great ride. And that'll really inspire the Edinburgh contingent.
That was a tremendous effort.
Heat 9, Paul Gould on gate 1 for Newcastle. They have 19 points. Gate 2, it's Les Collins for Glasgow. Gate 3, it's David Meldon for Berwick. Gate 4, Peter Carr for Edinburgh, who've recovered a bit and got into second place on 11 points. Carr's away disastrously slowly there though, and Les Collins is going to go to the front, I think. Carr's come round the outside into second. Carr trying to make up ground, slithering about a bit. Paul Gould's at the back this time. Gould's going to get past Meldrum here. That'll be an important point for the Diamonds. If he can get round, which he has, he's very good round the outside line, Paul Gould. So a rare good start for Les Collins, takes him to 3 points, and much needed by Glasgow. To the first corner from Lamb. I don't think it is heat 12, is it? It's too wet to know. Greaves got himself. Greaves is stopping, I think. Heat 10 it is. Walsh has stopped. Greaves has stopped as well. Oh dear, oh dear. So Sanchez leads the way now from Lamb. The other two struggling. Greaves just going. Walsh not going at all. He's come off the track. Sanchez absolutely flying. He doesn't need to go that fast. Greaves has got going now as well for some reason, but Sanchez really flying to a victory there. Unlucky for Greaves because he was certainly leading, but there we go. And terrific stuff from Sanchez there. He's a real popular figure here. Heat 11 then, Robert Eriksson, Tom Madsen, Will Beveridge and Ross Brady in gate 4, and Ericsson's away well. Brady on the outside, Madsen from gate 2. Eriksson leads the way. Madsen in second, Brady trying to make something of it on the outside. Very difficult out there. Will Beveridge at the back, but he's catching Ross Brady, who's making a bit of a mess of things. Bit of a tussle for third place. And it's Brady that got it in the end. Well, as we approach heat 12, the sun's coming out, so we feel a bit happier. From the inside in this one, Stuart MacDonald, Jesper Olsen, Alan Mogridge and Mick Powell. And it's Powell who's made the start from Jesper, who has spectacularly won both his races so far. Stuart MacDonald making a mess of things at the back, and Mogridge has got through into third. MacDonald fights back. It's another good battle for third, and Jesper Olsen hasn't given up the chase for first. MacDonald, though, has now stopped. So Edinburgh get nil again. I don't think Jesper's going to be able to make much on Mick here. It's too wet for any spectacular outside raiding, and Mick's going too quickly anyway. Glasgow, pushing for qualifying points. It's going to be quite close in the end for the top 2 placings, I think. Second reserve race now, and it's Cates and Christensen, the Dane, going ahead there. Cates is in second. Scott and Courtney at the back, as they were the first time. And Christensen certainly dominated the reserve races, but unfortunately for Berwick, in the main event, they're trailing. Reasonably close for the minor positions. Scott looking for a gap on the inside, and Sean Courtney going for the outside now. But no real change of positions though. And 4 races to go in the main event.
And a very big one to start with here in heat number 13. Gate 1 for the Monarchs, Ross Brady.
Well, into the last 4 heats with the sun shining. Ross Brady comes from gate 1 here for Edinburgh. Gate 2, Paul Gould. Gate 3, it's Emiliano Sanchez, who's doing so well. And in gate 4, Berwick Hughes reserve, Klaus Christensen. And not before time, I think. And it's Gould from gate 2 making a very good start. Sanchez gets into second, Brady's in third. Sanchez chasing hard on Gould. Round the outside, look at this from Sanchez, real spectacle there. It's not quite dry enough, but look at him bursting up the inside there, that's incredible. What a sensational effort by Sanchez. What a thrilling rider he is. Glasgow and Newcastle picking up important points there. And Sanchez thrilling the crowd once again.
The moment you see is more former Bandits, by the gate number 1 is our new man, 41, promising with a future, Les Collins.
Heat 14 then, Les Collins has gate 1, and Tigers making a late burst here, and Les must have a good chance from there. Stuart McDonald in gate 2, gate 3, it's Tom Madsen, gate 4, it's David Walsh. Les is away well, David Walsh though got a better start. The Walsh leads the way for Newcastle, and Newcastle and Glasgow really carving up the points at the moment. And the pre-meeting leaders, Edinburgh, are struggling badly. Walsh looking good here. Look at Les Collins go. He's seen what Sanchez can do from the back. There must be chances for Les. Up round the outside of the banking here. Thrilling effort by Collins. And he's gone roaring to the front. Magnificent riding by Les Collins there. What a race, what a ride. That's Collins at his best. Quite superb there. He seemed well out of it after a couple of laps. Magnificent riding in the style that's familiar to Scottish supporters. left to go, and it's tight at the front. In this one, Klaus Christensen replaces David Meldrum, who was excluded on 2 minutes. Gate 2, Will Beveridge for Glasgow, who are overall aggregate level with Edinburgh. James Greaves in Gate 3 and Jesper Olsen for Newcastle in Gate 4 are just behind the two leading teams, but of course they have their home leg to come. And it's Greaves, I think, emerging from the pack. He'll be challenged on the outside by Olsen. And it's Olsen who's gone ahead. Christensen, I think, has stopped. Greaves is in second ahead of Beveridge. Oh, and Olsen's come down spectacularly there. I think they'll have to stop it, because his bike went right away from him, so Jesper will be excluded from that one, and so will Klaus Christensen.
Smashing into the fence, thankfully he gets himself up very swiftly. I'll go and check him, he's okay.
For just 2 men in the rerun of heat, whatever it is, 15. And I think James Greaves has gone ahead of Will there to the first corner. Klaus Christensen wasn't under power, of course, when Jesper Olsen fell, and the race was stopped. And James Greaves has stopped again. So Edinburgh's day is just one big disaster from start to finish. Still got to go to Newcastle as well. So what Greaves has got to try and do now is avoid being lapped. Glasgow go to the front now. They will be a point ahead going into the last race on overall aggregate of the 3 legs so far.
First of all, the promotion of being a yearly straight, it's given me a great deal of enthusiasm, but at the moment I'm having a lot of grounding problems, so we'll get them out of the way and then I can start performing properly. Seems like the very track you're doing on at the same time, it's made for me, I think. That's all. So we've got to first day last year, isn't it? The early result of this was this going to be leading at the end of this afternoon's meeting. The Tigers now lead overall by 1 point. 1 small point. We won that entry. Gate 4, the Bandits, Scotland!
So this is the last race of the 3rd leg, and it's got Mick Powell on the inside for Glasgow, who have taken the lead overall. And Gate 2 is Peter Carr for Edinburgh, lying second, but with more than a few problems. No Kevin Little and bike problems for James Greaves. In Gate 3 it's Robert Eriksson for Newcastle, just behind with their home leg to come. And in Gate 4 it's Scott Lamb for Berwick, who are out of things. That's how it stands. It's Powell from Gate 1, made the start. Scott Lamb's gone ahead, a brilliant effort by Scott there. Powell in second, Carr in third. Powell pressing on the inside of Lamb. Carr lurking, looking for an opening, although he's dropped a bit back now. I think Scott Lamb's going to finish with a surprise win. Took advantage of a chance on the first corner, the only one really out in the dirt. Excellent win for Scott. Not terribly relevant as far as the overall standings go. But Glasgow now lead with the last leg to go.
Second and Robert Ericsson being fourth. The key figures after the tie between the Tigers and the Diamonds. And overall, Glasgow are in front. And that is a brilliant effort. And considering